Yo, what's going on everyone? Hope you're well. So in my last video I went through this relay and I just did like a basic explanation of how it works because that was the limit of my knowledge basically. So I know how to activate the relay by adding, a voltage across it. However, what I don't know is how can I get this to work as part of my solar charger. And it's finding information on the internet is very, very difficult. So what I decided to do was, since I got this relay from my most complete Elegoo starter kit, which is this one here. So since I got the relay from there, I figured I would just go back to this kit and do the relay lesson that they have as part of the tutorial. And it's quite amazing really because this kit is really, really good. Like if you want to learn about Arduino stuff, I would highly recommend this kit. I think it's absolutely amazing. And I mean, this is literally what I want basically. This is what I want to do when it comes to my own project. I would love something like this. You open it up like this, and it's got like some nice PDFs in there for you to learn about renewable energy basically, but just obviously there's a whole bunch of these Arduino kits like this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through, which I think lesson 6 part 3. I didn't do that when I went through it back in January of this year, so I figured I'll just do that this time. So you're literally gonna need the Arduino Uno, the power module, you need this chip, I don't know the name of it. It is the L293D, obviously power cable, and then in this lesson they use a motor, so they drive a motor. So they're going to use the relay to drive a motor. So let's put this all together, go through the lesson together, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to learn more about relays via this lesson, because literally finding out about them online is difficult. Like, most of the videos are about automotive relays or whatever, and I don't know, man. It's hard. It's very hard for me to find information about how to do this, and so hopefully by doing this lesson, I'll be able to learn something. So let's jump straight into the lesson. Alright, so here they've put a component introduction, which I really appreciate. So a relay is an electrically operated switch. Many relays use an electromagnet to mechanically operate a switch, but other operating principles are also used as in solid state relays. Relays are used where it is necessary to control a circuit by a low power signal. Okay, that's fine. Let's just skip all of this. A type of relay that can handle the high power. That's fine. We'll skip that again. Alright, so relays with calibrated operating characteristics are sometimes multiple operating coils, which are used to protect electrical circuits from overloads. I mean, sadly, like, with these tutorials on this kit, they're a bit copy and pasty. Like they're not very well done, and they could have been a lot better, sadly, but it's fine. Below is a schematic of how to drive relay with Arduino. Okay, you may be confused about how to insert the relay into the breadboard. As the picture below shows, you will have to bend one of the pins of the relay slightly that you can insert as a breadboard. I find it incredibly hard to do, so that's why I soldered on these connections onto it. Just makes it easier. Okay, so here's the schematic. So we've got the Arduino Uno, we've got a relay between that, and then we've got this L293D. Move that out of the way. So that's our basic schematic. Oh, actually, okay, so we've got a motor up here. The motor's connected to the relay. Okay, so you got Arduino to the relay, relay motor, and relay here, I believe. Or it might be that the motor is connected to this L2. I'm not sure. Alright, we'll carry on. Let's just see. Okay, so here from looking at like the wiring diagram, okay, so the middle pin of the relay, the power pin, is just connected to the power rail. That's fine. And then you've got the voltage reading connected to the chip, the IC, and the output connected to the motor. Interesting. Okay, yeah, that's quite simple actually. Oh, that's actually super simple. That's nice. Okay, so it's pretty much the same as what I did already basically. So let's just, it says after wiring please open the program. Okay, so let's wire it together first and foremost. So we'll take breadboard and then we'll stick an IC just anywhere really. Oh, this way around. In case you're new to this sort of stuff, obviously with the IC you need the indent on that side. Okay, so it looks like, all right, let's, I don't know what should we wire up first. Let's wire up the Arduino. We'll start here and work our way upwards. So the Arduino is being grounded, so let's ground that. So we got ground to ground. We'll just connect this power on in here. Whenever you're connecting this, just make sure you can see there that you've got positive, negative. So just make sure you get that the right way around. Otherwise it might confuse you. Okay, and then so we've got our, interesting, my motor only has the other side of it, the ground pin is broken off. I just realized that now. I'll have to just resolder that on. That's alright. Alright, and so we're using digital pins 5, 4, and 3. So let's wire those. So 5 and 4 are going to the first 2 pins on the IC. So 5 is green. Obviously the colors don't matter, but it makes it easier for me, for a new person. Alright, so I've got these two, 5 and 4 now, going to the first 2 pins on the IC. And then the third pin is actually being connected to the positive side of the relay. And then, so the power pin on the relay is just going to power, that's fine, positive. And then the negative pin is like to free this side. So I don't know what pin that is. So we've got pin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Yeah, so the negative side of the relay is going to pin 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. It's a bit tricky, huh? Now we've got a brown. Okay, so pin 4 is being grounded. So let's ground that. So pin 4. What I would like is, I would like a more in-depth explanation into the IC. Now the only thing is, what you get with these kits is that obviously with this kit, it's not for electronics per se, it's for Arduino, and so they're not really trying to go into detail about how the chips work. But I would love that. L293D. I might Google that afterwards. Okay, so okay, now we've got the last pin on the IC going to the positive rail. Wait, this is getting messy, isn't it? Okay, and then there's the final pin, the pin 3, the brown one. I'll just use white for that. So pin 3, and that's going to the second to last pin. There we go. This is just, look at that. That is just a mess. Alright, cool. So this whole side of it is done now. So now we just need to connect the motor. So it's going to be tricky now with my setup. Okay, so just wondering. So this green wire of my relay is being connected to the positive. Okay, what I'll do is, instead of, to save time me, resoldering that, I'll just use alligator clips or crocodile clip jumper cables. So I'll just go this end of the relay going to the positive on the motor, and then this end of the relay going to the negative of the motor. And we can just pop our little fan on. Cool. Okay, so that's our circuit setup. It looks ugly, but this is what it is. It's fine. Okay, so now we need to power the Arduino and also power this. All right. So I plug this in to 5 volts, and then same again. Although my Arduino's not really going to reach. So because this cable is so short and I'm not using my laptop, I'm just going to use a power bank. And this is the thing that I absolutely love about this, that if I use a Raspberry Pi and an Arduino together with a power bank, I can literally do my stuff anywhere, man. So there you go, cool. So This is just cool, right? Oh man. I mean, I could even do the same with this little pinboard as well. All right, so that's it all set up. So let me just upload the code, and then hopefully we don't have any issues. All right, so it's been an absolute like age since I've used, the Arduino IDE. So let's go to port. Okay, there you go. So Arduino Uno selected already. Okay, cool. Nice. All right, so I mean, maybe I just hit upload, then it works one time. What are the chances? I'm gonna say very unlikely. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Just upload one time beautifully. With this, what I found with this project, usually the sketches, they require, some library, this, that. I mean, you can see here from the date, this was 2016, so you're talking about 5 years ago now. But again, because I haven't uploaded anything for such a long time, I don't know if it's doing any updates or whatever. I mean, it's actually got down here Nucleo. Okay, there you go. Yeah, look, see ST. So I used this when I was doing STM32 programming. So definitely we've got a glitch here. Okay, here it is. So tools and then board. I've got Nucleo 64, which is an STM32 board. Don't worry if you don't know what that is. So just go to Arduino AVR boards and then Arduino Uno, and then now upload. I might need to compile it. Okay, it is compiling. All right. I think that's worked. Nice. Okay, back to the desk. All right, so let's plug this in and hopefully it just works. Oh. Okay, I can hear the relay ticking over. I can definitely, the relay ticked over a bunch. Reset, restart. Okay, the relay is just ticking. Let's just look at the code. So after wiring, please open the program. After program loading, turn on all the power switches. The relay will pick up with a ringing sound, then the motor will rotate. After a period of time, the relay will be released and the motor stops. Okay. So the Arduino is activating the relay fine. I'm just not sure why we're just getting ticks and nothing happening. Okay, so interesting. Okay, I messed up. So I put both outputs of the relay here. I put them connected, both of them, to the motor. But if you look at the wiring diagram here, this one here needs to actually go to ground, and this other output of the relay is not being used, which I didn't realize. So now if I ground this here, I think it's gonna work. I don't know if I should pick it up or not. But okay, let's just wait for it to restart. Is that to ground? Yeah, it's to ground. Come on, Mr. Relay, you can do it. I'm just wondering if it's not going to spin because of this bit, but we'll see. Come on, go. It's not even ticking anymore. Just make this short to make it less ugly. Oh. No, wow. There you go. Okay, so I think maybe because I had it on the desk, the friction was preventing it from spinning, and then I'm not sure if that just prevented the relay from activating. This motor is actually powerful, man. It's putting a nice breeze backwards. Okay, so yeah, there you go. So that's it fully working. I'm not. It seems like, I don't know. Like, is it the switching? Is it switching on and off? And so maybe in order to adjust the speed of the motor, I would switch it on and off the relay less and less. I don't know. But what we'll do is let's jump back to the computer and let's have a look at this code, and then I'm I'm not sure if I've necessarily learned anything. One thing I would maybe think about doing is this other output here that is not currently in use. I'm just wondering, maybe can I attach another motor to it, and then would I see them both go at the same time? Because if it's switching, it should be switching them on and off, right? So I'm not sure how that's working. Cool. All right, let me jump back to the computer and figure this out. You can see there, like, okay, so if I block it, oh yeah. All right, let's go back to the computer. Okay, so here's our wiring diagram, and let's go to our code. All right, so we've just got define, which we're setting, you know, pin 5, 3, and 4. That's all right. And then void setup. I haven't looked at Arduino code for a long time. Pin mode, enable output, A, B, output. So you're just setting these 3 pins to output. That's fine. And then back and forth example. Okay. So we're actually writing to the console a fair bit here. It'd be good to look at that. However, my current PC setup might not be the best. I mean, I suppose, can I serial monitor it now and look at it? I don't know, with that. Okay. One way, then reverse. It doesn't write to the screen after that. It just says one way, then reverse. So I'm guessing when that resets, you're just going to see one way, then reverse again. But it says then reverse. But the thing is, you know, you saw the motor there wasn't reversing. There, it's just written it again. I think if we attach 2 motors, you would see it. Because on the wiring diagram itself, you have a look here. It's like, it's just grounded. And so it's not using this other output from the relay at all. So I don't really I don't understand what's happening there. Let's bring this back up. Yeah, just one way, then reverse. Okay. Anyway, so it's right into the screen. Now we're digital write high, enable on, and then we're counting just a for loop to 5, delaying half or just less than 1 second, 750 milliseconds. Digital write high, low, low, high. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is confusing. Okay, so in order for me to try and understand this code, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attach 2 LEDs. I'm gonna attach them here. So remove the motor, and I'm just gonna attach 2 LEDs here and ground them. And then let's just see. I believe what we're gonna see is we're gonna see the one LED turn on, and then this LED turn on, and back and forth. If it's switching really fast, which how can I see how fast it's switching? It just says 750 milliseconds here, the delay. Okay. Oh, wait, dir A. The thing is, I don't know what this IC is doing. This dir A and dir A and dir B is for pin 5 and 4, which goes to this IC here. So I would need to understand what this IC is doing with those outputs. Because look, it's 3 and 4, right? Which is here. Okay. No, it's actually the orange and the brown wire. Okay. Well, I don't think I need to understand the IC in order to get more of an understanding of where I'm at than right now. So let's just replace this servo, this motor. Let's call it servo motor there. Just with the 2 LEDs, and let's just see what happens from there. So it's just exact same code, just replacing the motor. Alright, so I've removed the servo motor, and I'm just going to connect these output pins of the relay into the breadboard, and then I'll stick an LED in each side. Okay, so same as what we had in the last video, just the green LED, and I believe we're sending that to ground. Oh look, it's turned on. Look at that. So okay, nice. There we go. Interestingly enough, okay, yes, that's obvious. That is actually obviously to be expected, because obviously we've got our power pin here in the middle of the relay, which is grounded and be powered by the 5 volts. That's obviously going to happen. And then now if I take this other LED and send this one to ground, then this one is not going to turn on. There we go. Cool. Alright, so let's plug in the Arduino now. So take the Arduino and I need to obviously connect these back again. So ground, and then we've got 3, 4, and 5. Cool. There you go. So you can see that fast switching. Okay, nice. That was quite obvious actually. I don't know why I didn't see that happening. Okay, so I'm a bit confused. I don't know what the purpose of this code is. Let's just see if we can slow it down. Maybe increase that 750 milliseconds to, I don't know, 2 seconds. And let's just, because I don't get it. So this LED is turning on, but then it's turning off quickly. So what's the point in this? I don't get it. Okay, alright, let's go back to the computer. Alright, so this appears to be, I mean, it's got a 3-second delay here, but it's got that twice. I'm guessing, okay, I don't really know, to be honest with you. This is quite confusing. Even the way it's written is not, it's not my normal way of reading code. So, okay, can I just maybe clean this up a bit? Okay, so that makes more sense. I don't know why people code like that. Okay, here as well. Yikes, man. Okay, so we've got the green, the other pin of the relay is obviously always on, right? Now that's not factored in over here. It's just not used, but in the code it appears that they are. I don't really know. I mean, so okay, they've got 2 for loops here counting to 5. I'm guessing it switches 5 times. So I think the easiest way to deal with this is maybe let's just double this, right, to 1. We'll make it 2 seconds. So it's 2000 milliseconds, right? And we'll do the same here. And let's just see the outcome here, because understanding what's going on here is a bit confusing. So compile that and then upload that. Alright, so let's plug this in now. And I'm expecting the switching to be a lot slower. Okay. It's still switching over to here very fast. And then here I think is doing a 2 seconds. So let's figure out what this very fast switching, where it's coming from. This is a slow and painful process and way to learn, and I really wish like tutorials existed that were better. I don't know how you guys that know this topic got so good at it. You know, especially those of you that don't work, like, because I get that probably the only real way to learn this is by just working, but like, damn, man, this is this is challenging. Like, I don't, yeah. Let's figure out a way to get this to switch and stay on for longer. All right, so unfortunately, this is depressing. I'm not gonna lie. Like, obviously, I haven't done that much on Arduino for a while, but just looking at this, I don't understand what it's supposed to be doing. It appears to me from looking at the code that the I keep calling it a servo motor. The motor is supposed to be going one way and then going backwards the other way. And when we're seeing the green LED flicker briefly, that shows that, you know, there's not enough current going there in order to push the motor the opposite way or to keep the LED on for long enough. However, I can't see the mistake in the code here. I mean, it's possibly just a copy and paste mistake. So you see here they've got dir A high, dir B low, and then the same exact thing here, and the same thing here, right? So the only difference here is the digital write enable low, enable high, which is this enable, which is pin 5. So they're sending basically pin 5 high here and pin 5 low here. Are you supposed to be sending another pin, like maybe pin, I don't even know what there, that's pin, okay, wait, hang on. So one thing I can do to just clear this up a bit for me personally is to go 5 5 5, right? And then dir A is 3, right? So 3 3 3 3 and 4 4 4. Gotcha. Okay, so here we're sending pin 5 high, and then pin 3 is going high, pin 4 low, pin 3 high, pin 4 low. I mean, I don't think you're supposed to be sending pin 5 high. Oh, sorry, it's sending pin 5 low here. Why would you then be disabling? I'm assuming that this pin is some sort of like enabler, like something that makes the whole circuit work. So let me just try and make this high again. I got no clue what I'm doing here. And what's really depressing is if you go over to YouTube, Elegoo Arduino relay, there are no videos on it. I mean, what's that? Driving Arduino using, no, again, something random. There are no videos on this tutorial. So may everybody that has tried has failed. And I think I'm gonna and what's even more sad is that there's a forum post about it. So this Spiky Sonic guy on September 2018, he said this appears that the DC motor is meant to go one way, then reverse for the other way, but only seems to get it to turn one way, then have big pauses. Any idea why? Right? And so he's put the code, he's put the diagram, and then Ground Fungus responded and said the circuit just uses the L293 as a relay driver to turn the motor on and off, so the code is not. So okay, so this L293D is just meant to turn it on and off, and the code is not for that circuit. In order to reverse the motor rotation, you must reverse the voltage across the motor. The motor goes to ground on one side, so there's no way to reverse the voltage. Maybe one of the next lessons shows you how to wire the motor. Yeah, so just speculation, and it's closed. No more responses. So I'm kind of on my own here if I want to try and fix this code. That guy seemed like he knew what he was talking about, and he said that because it's being grounded, there's no way to reverse the motor, and that makes complete sense to me. That does make complete sense. So okay, what I was thinking is to make both these pins high, and then here with the 3 4 high low, maybe make it low high, so the opposite, and then high low. I'm not sure if it will be okay with me with these pins, but let's just try that. It might want me to change it back to the variable names. Oh, it kind of accepted it. Let's see. The thing with like, you know, like these kind of variable names, enable is a good name, but dir A and dir B, what kind of names are those, bruv? All right, moment of truth. Have we fixed it? Let's have a look. Start. Nope. Let me try by making, you know how I changed the two highs? I made them, the pin 5, I made them high both times. Let me make pin 5 low. And yeah, after that, I'll have to call it quits because I'm not learning anything about the relay, and I was hoping that I would be able to learn more about how the relay works. But this is just like a bit of code solving. And it's good for you if you're doing the Elegoo kit and you came across this tutorial, but for me, I'm trying to learn about how relays work, and this isn't that, it's not productive towards that. But I'll try one more time just by changing that pin 5 code. Last ditch effort here. Let's see if we can do it. So changing pin 5 high and then low. I mean, if you manage to make this work, let me know. Drop a comment below, mention what you did, and then I'll pin it. And then that way, anyone else coming across this will then be able to get some help as well. Because, you know, I'm hoping that I can make a tutorial kit far better than this, because I'm not going to lie, like, trying to use their kit, this is what I ran into in pretty much all of the lessons that they have. Just very, very brief, and when things go wrong, there's just no way to solve it. Yeah, I don't really understand what this is supposed to be doing here, really, to be honest. But okay, let's try this code. Unfortunately, no dicey, so when it will run, you'll see it's still going to do the flicking thing. Come on, start already. No? When I press the reset, okay, there you go. Okay, what I'm going to do is, because I don't like giving up, and I don't want to just end this here because, you know, have either of us learned anything. I'm going to try with this Arduino, just, you know, replace that code, and I'm just going to try and see if I can switch these two on and off. I believe it's as simple as just disconnecting power, you know, at these pins here. But I'm not sure, because I don't know how this chip's supposed to be working, so I don't know. Let's try. Alright, let's give this a go, man. I believe in myself. I think I can do it. So firstly, let's remove these for loops, because I don't know what's the purpose of these for loops here. The code is already in a loop, so we'll just do something simple, and then we'll just loop that whole code. Okay, so man, this is a this is a mess. All right, so we've got pin 5, which is like some sort of enable on. There's just no comments. Like, man, when I do my project, I really need to make sure I put a lot of comments around these code, man. Okay, so pin 5 is like some sort of enable pin. So I'm guessing. Okay, here's what I'm guessing. I'm guessing turning on the pin. What would pin 3 and pin 4 do? I think I'm gonna have to just Google what this chip is, what this chip does. But I think I'm about to get into the weeds here, really. Do you know what I mean? I think we're gonna be getting very deep into the weeds. Cause like data sheets and whatnot, like it's cool. Okay, it's a DC motor reversing chip. It can actually control 2 motors independently. There you go. I thought that, so it would be used for 2 motors. Okay. Or maybe that's the 2 different sides. So we've got enable out 0 volt 0 volt out in and then V motor. Yeah, this is too much in the weeds for me. I apologize, guys. Even though I'm a 3rd year student, unfortunately, for whatever reason, we don't learn much at university, man. It sucks really, because I feel like I should be able to do this. So okay, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that okay, maybe we need a delay there. Okay, so there's a delay after here. Well, if we're sending, see, this doesn't make sense, because the person that's written this sent pin 5 low here, but then they sent it low again, but it was already low. You guys already had it low. I don't understand that. Okay, let's delete this as well. All right, so here we've got, let's get rid of this serial print. We don't need this. Get rid of all of that. Fix this weird annotation. What's up with all these dents, man? Can I shift? Okay, there we go. All right, we're getting somewhere. Just clean code, people. Clean code, man. Bloody hell. All right, okay, so digital right 5 goes high. Digital right 3. So send pin 3 high and pin 4 low. Pin 3 and pin 4. Let's have a look at this. Pin 3 is out 1. And pin 4, I'm guessing. Okay, let's just confirm this. So this 3rd pin up is connected. Can we just confirm that? The 3rd pin up, this is actually the 2nd one. Okay, the third pin up is this output. Oh, okay, here. Okay, so we got this pin here. This third pin is output 1. Beautiful. Okay, and this third pin this way, i.e. the sixth pin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pin 6 is going to output 2. So this is the voltage across the relay that I was changing in my previous video, 3 volts, 5 volts, etc. So this is the voltage that we're changing, which causes the relay to open and close. So by us sending pin 3 and pin 4, either one high or low, we're adjusting the voltage, are we? Pin 3 high, pin 4 low, pin 3 low, pin 4 high. I don't know if this is what, if I changed this myself. I think I did change this myself. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try this code. I'm just going to see if this works. Sometimes in life you just got to risk it for a chocolate biscuit. Alright, let's just test it out and see what happens. Moment of truth, will it work? Ooh, beautiful. Okay, it's working. I'm not sure I understand why it's working, but it's working. Okay. Where do we go from here? Do I call it quits while I'm ahead? So right now, okay, I don't understand how the chip is dealing with its outputs, you know, at these 2 pins here. But for whatever reason, anyways, it's supplying enough voltage to the relay in order to activate the switch. So let's go back to the code, because yeah, I'm not understanding right now. Alright, so I'm still not really sure what pin 3 and pin 4 are doing. I mean, obviously they're the output pins, right? So it's a changing voltage, and so is that just causing the relay to activate regardless, just because you've changed the voltage? I'm not sure. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to comment these out, right? And I'm wondering if it will make a difference, because our green LED is always on anyways, because it's being powered you know, via the middle pin of the relay. You know, it's directly connected to, you know, our power rail the whole time. So I'm thinking that just by activating the relay, hopefully this just turns on the relay, and then I think it will just work. And then maybe the issue here, okay, so like this, I think the relay will stay on the whole time, and it's like these 2 seconds, this here would be to deactivate the relay. Here, let's try this. I think this code here will keep the relay on constantly. It might just switch off briefly, you know, maybe not even enough for us to notice it, just as the program loops. But I think like this, the relay will be on the whole entire time. Let's try it. I believe I'm right. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, I thought so. There we go. That's it. Nice, man. So I know how it works now. Okay, so let's jump back over to the code, because I can explain it better there. But yeah, I got it, man. This is nice. That makes sense. I thought that was gonna happen as well. Nice. All right, so you can see here that we're sending this enable pin high, and then here we're turning it off, right? So that's like, you know, the key. This is the key part to the code, right? We're sending the relay. You can basically say like the relay is going on, and then the relay is going off. And I believe that, I mean, I suppose actually this enable might actually be, so what is it, pin 5, right? Is it this one here? So pin, okay, so we've got pin, oh, okay, wait, because it's based on the wiring diagram, isn't it? So pin 5 is going to enable. There you go. Okay, got it. I understand it. So the pin 5 is going to this enable, which is enabling this IC, right? So you need that pin live. If you want to turn the IC off, you just So this is actually IC off and IC on. Got it. Okay. So now these are the outputs that we're controlling. The output of the IC, out 1 and out 2. These are directly connected to the relay, right? Output 1 and output 2. Output 1, output 2. So this is where we normally change the voltage. Okay. Yeah, I think I've got it. Okay, so here now we activate the one of the outputs to go high, the other one to go low. And then I'm just wondering now is if I now was to go and change these pins to both high, would it still activate the relay? Because you're just applying a voltage, aren't you? So I'm thinking it is gonna activate the relay. I mean, this video is dragging on now, and I'm sure the majority of people have not made it this far. The thing with long videos is that it puts people off as well, just from watching it initially, because they're just like, I just want to learn in 2 minutes. Tell me about relays in 2 minutes. So if you are super interested in this, I apologize. I think I'm going to end this one here. But you try it yourself. You know, if you're doing this one, make these pins high and low and see if that still works. Let me know if it does. Cool. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I'm glad I got this working. I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to implement this into my final year project. I don't think it's that usable, to be honest with you. I kind of just, yeah, I just did a relay tutorial, but it was mostly Arduino code tutorial. So cool. Let me get back to trying to figure out how I can get this relay to work with a solar charge controller. I mean, I suppose it is actually helpful to understand how I can activate a relay using an Arduino. That maybe what I could do is, for my final year project, what I could do is I could have, you know, my I could have my battery connected here and have the Arduino reading in the battery voltage, and then when no, that wouldn't work. All right, don't mind me. Let me go and figure it out. Cool, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.